Hello everyone, welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. Happy Friday to you. It's the end of the week. It's the end of another week. Where do these weeks go? If only I'd perfected my speed of light travel, I'd be able to go back in time and retrieve them. But no, I have not, and therefore just have to make the best of every day, which is a stoic principle for which I like to live my life. Anyway, right, so let's, it's a very red looking table there, isn't it? And it's indeed a red day. So, by the way, let's just jump straight into the price action. And you can see here on the Bitcoin daily chart, one very red looking day, which followed yesterday's red day. But the significance of this red day is that indeed it looks like it's going to close below 36,000 if indeed actually last night's red candle did just about, but not quite. Just about, but not, in a very impulsive manner. So yeah, another red day to follow yesterday's red day. And because it's a Friday, of course, just to jump up a time frame on CME, we can see that CME's weekly closure, which will happen in just about 90 minutes, looks like a pretty bearish one. No surprises there, and I don't think there's anything super significant to say about that, apart from, as I'd kind of been painting a picture over the last 3 weeks, these candles look to me significant based on the area of which they were located, i.e. up against the all-time high resistance, and therefore probably the next overall move will be to the downside, and it looks like that is playing out. Anyway, let's switch back over to the daily. There's no point talking about weekly closure on Bybit because that doesn't happen until Sunday midnight. So something to look forward to. So yes, as of yesterday's video, indeed the Bitcoin did lose 67 on a daily and is making its way back down to the middle of the range of doom, which is what I was suggesting also. And that's kind of coming around at sort of 64.5-ish. You can see that Bitcoin's $1,000 above there, although it did wick down there. And I wouldn't be surprised. So it's very likely that Bitcoin does bounce from a region somewhere between where it is now, I would suggest, and probably be about somewhere between where it is now and 63,500. I'd expect to bounce. And you'd like to see that bounce, I would think would probably fail, although I don't know, but I think it would. You'd like to see the next higher low come in around about the sort of 63,000 mark. By the way, daily momentum is getting very close to the zero line there. So yeah, daily momentum shift to the downside, although I think that's probably already happened in a pretty meaningful way anyway. But yeah, personally I'd like to see a bounce, or I'd like to see this pullback end above 61,000, but I'd like to see it end really about 63. So if I was to draw on, just draw on a little random, where are we? That's Friday, Sunday, Monday. Say by the end of next week, a nice low here with Bitcoin getting back up into the top half of the range. Therefore, nice. That would probably end up being a weekly higher low Let's have a quick look on the weekly time frame. Yeah, so this wick down is the current weekly low. So yeah, if Bitcoin can stick in a cheeky weekly closure around this area, and then the following week close back up into the top of this range, which is above 60, just call it 65, that would look very good for more upside. And or at the very least, consolidation up against resistance. Now, this area of consolidation, this zone of relentlessness, the zone of infinity, it's got many names in my little book of vocabulary. Could go on for many more weeks. 30 has been the most significant area of consolidation in this bull run so far, but that is the largest, and the more common denominator was 8. So coming in to close the 13th week, I believe. Let me just double check. Is it 13 or 14 now? Can't remember. So if we don't count yeah, we can count that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 weeks in the range. My goodness. So yeah, it's going to be 15 weeks in this range. I'd like to see Bitcoin break out in about the next 2 or 3 weeks, basically by the end of June. I wouldn't be surprised if the whole summer is just sideways and boring. But I'd like to see it break out by the end of June. I would really like that. Yeah. Do you know what I'd really like? How's this for an idea? I'd like to see Bitcoin. And I don't think anyone's kind of predicted this sort of move. But I'd like to see Bitcoin break out at the end of June, make its way up to high 80s, pull back about 40%, retest 50,000, all by the end of the year, and then for the rest, and then for 2025, make another move back up and hit about 100k to complete the bull run. That's what I'd like to see. If that comes true, I'll be extremely surprised. But I'd like to see that. The reason why that would make sense is that so far on the weekly momentum, oh my god, I can't say the word. Momentum indicators. I use the MACD, but you can use whatever you want. You can use the RSI. I stick an RSI on as well, just to go a bit mad. It is Friday off after all. There's no divergence yet on the weekly. But if Bitcoin did break out of this range, say the end of the month, make a move up to high 80s, or say mid to high 80s, then did a really good pullback to about 50, and then the next move up to 100, say, roughly, but the momentum declined on that move up. You have regular bearish divergence on the weekly, and then as soon as it turned back down, significant amount, very likely end of bull run. Whatever happens after that, but a bear market. That's what I'd love to see. That would be technically perfect. I'm sure it won't work out like that. Price action never seems to work out in a way. It's funny because price action never seems to work out the way you think it's going to. I mean, if you've been watching these videos for a while, I'm not saying this in a big-headed way, I'm just saying this in a matter-of-fact way. Generally, my rough sort of predictions of where price action is likely to go next do come to fruition, but it never looks how I thought it was going to look. And that's why you have to be humble as a trader, and you have to just accept that whatever appears on the chart in whatever form, that's correct. The price action is always correct, and it's just your job as a trader, and to some degree as an investor, it's just to do as you're told, really. There aren't many parts of my life where I'm submissive, if any. But I think in trading you do need to have a little bit of that about yourself, because when you go down the avenue, and this has happened to me a few times, of thinking you know better than the price action, then you just come unstuck, and you end up sort of trying to revenge trade the market, and that's just a recipe for disaster. So yes, humility is super important in life in general, but particularly in trading and chart stuff. Anyway, wow, got all philosophical there. So yeah, there we go. Got my little ring. Ooh. My little ring of doom. Or ring of hope, whichever way you want to look at it. All right, that's 11 minutes of me wittering on. Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday evening. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. And if you haven't enjoyed the video, don't come back tomorrow because I'll be doing Saturdays. Okay, tatty bye.